Welcome back to my channel, Soft Life Wife Unlocked. I have a story time for you. Okay, so don't go anywhere. My name is Sharon K. Griffin, aka Madam Butterfly. I am the marriage code cracker. I'm also a matchmaker and dating and relationship coach. Besides that, I am a soft life wife. Now, here we go. This is my story. So, once I left a 16-year marriage, I was so distraught. I was angry. I was angry at people. I was angry at God. And I did me. I did me. And in the process of me doing me, literally, that's when I built my relationship with God. And I began to rediscover myself, just learning or relearning who I was, right? Because during the course of the 16-year marriage to my pastor husband, like literally, I forgot who I was, okay? And what I enjoyed. I forgot what made me happy. And when I left, literally, I drove to Dallas, Texas, okay? And that was really my first experience in therapy in Dallas, Texas, okay? So my therapist, when I went in for the very first time, my therapist told me, he was like, you are like a ticking time bomb, and I don't know where to walk because you'll explode. And guess what, y'all? Guess what, butterflies? Guess what, beetles? He was right. I was angry as hell. And I was angry as hell because I felt like I did everything that God wanted me to do in that marriage. And I didn't get the results that I felt like I deserved. But in retrospect, looking back, I got some wonderful results, and we'll talk about that later, okay? But anyway, the therapist told me after I divulged to him that what I wanted in a relationship, he said, you'll never get that. And I said, yes, I will, okay? And I was determined to get everything that I felt like I deserved as a woman and as a wife. And I really wanted to be married. You know, I don't know if it's my upbringing or if I just love, but I always wanted to be in a very, 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 very successful, happy relationship. And I was standing on that. So for the year that I was in Dallas, like, I felt like I played Love on Top by Beyonce every day. And I would say, I am going to have that. And in my mind, literally, I felt like I was going to have everything that I wanted, needed, and deserved, right? I'm big on manifesting, and you'll learn that as you walk with me in this or on this channel, right? So I was just like, I'm going to have that. And literally, people who know me or knew me would tell me the same thing. You'll never have everything that you're wanting. And I would always say, yes, I am. Like, I'm going to have that. For whatever reason, literally, I believed that I was going to have everything that I felt that I deserve because I'm a great person. Like, if I'm on your team, baby, we are in this thing to win together. Okay, I'm a very loyal friend. I'm a very loyal partner. I'm very kind-hearted. I'm very giving. And someone told me years ago, and this was a female, she was like, Sharon, literally, you're the epitome of what a wife or a great wife would be, you know. And to be honest, like, I totally believe that, and I am to this day, because I am remarried, okay? But anyway, So I was literally single for 8 years, right? And when I say single, I mean not married. I dated, of course. Um, but anyway, this is the part right here. Oh my God, you all listen, listen, listen intently and stay to the end, because baby, this is going to blow your mind, and it blows people's minds all the time. But I'm telling you this because you deserve what you want, need, and desire, and you can have what you want, need, and desire. It's about belief, right? It's about believing in yourself and what you believe you should have as a person, right? So whether it's money, a great relationship, a successful business, whatever it is, you can have it. So anyway, I was in Spain for 3 months. Had an absolutely beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time, right? So when I came back from Spain, my intentions was to go back to Spain, but I didn't go. So I was like, all right, God, where are we going next? Like, I remember just laying in a bed and just talking to God, like, where are we going? And I heard literally in my spirit, the DR. And I'm like, well, what's the DR? So the next day I looked up what the DR is, and it was the Dominican Republic. So literally I went on Airbnb, and I looked for a place, right? So I saw this beautiful place on the beach, like literally on the beach, and I booked it for 5 weeks. I booked it for 5 weeks. So normally when I go away, it's either for 2 weeks or a month, right? And for whatever reason, I booked it for 5 weeks, and I went. I was having a great time, and literally I kept asking God, like, why am I here? Like, why did you tell me to come here? Why am I here? Right? And this is where a whole transformation took place, okay? So anyway, I'm there. I end up getting the flu and the pink eye at the same time. So I was down literally my third week, okay? But during that third week, I remember myself, I was literally on the floor of the shower and I was crying. Like, I was bawling, I was purging, I was talking to God. And one thing that I was saying, I said, God, like, I don't want to be like this. And when I said be like this, I was talking about operating in my masculine. And when I say operating in my masculine, I'm talking about energetically, right? And what I was doing was using that masculine energy to protect myself, and also to put up a wall so no one would get in, right? Because I had been hurt for so long, literally. Relationship after relationship, just being hurt, marriage after marriage, being hurt. And I'm like, well, what the hell? I don't deserve this. Like, I'm really a good person, but so anyway, I started to build up a wall. So when I'm on that shower floor and I'm crying out to God, and I'm like, I don't want to be like this. God, help me. I want to operate in my femininity. This is who you called me to be. So I got up, and it was like a release, like a miracle, a major transformation had taken place on that shower floor. So anyway, right, I'm up, I'm feeling better. Thank you, God. I was able to get some medicine, and because it was my third week, and no, so actually it was my fourth week because I stayed there 5 weeks. So literally, because it was my fourth week, the fifth week, I was like, everything that I didn't get a chance to do, I'm going to do. So I went to go feed the monkeys. I went to a nonprofit organization. I went out dancing and a few other things. So anyway, normally when I'm in a foreign country by myself, I do not go out to the club alone. Okay. But I was like, God, I'm going out dancing and I need you to go with me there and back. So anyway, I go out to the club and I'm just standing there. So it's a bar and grill with a club upstairs, okay? So I'm just standing there and I'm just like, checking out the scene. And this gentleman says to me, "You're not from here, are you?" And I said, "No." "How'd you know I wasn't from here?" He said, "You don't have the long flowy hair like the rest of the women." I was like, "Okay, no, I'm not from here. Um, I'm from Philly." And he was like, "Oh, okay, so he gave me his name. And he asked me why I was there, of course, asked me my name. And I was like, "Hey, I'm here on a self-love retreat. And I'm here by myself. My name is whatever." So we began to chat. And for whatever reasons, we pulled out our IDs. So this is the reason why. I said I was on a self-love retreat, but also celebrating an early birthday. That was it. So he asked me when was my birthday. I said July 26th. We actually ended up taking out our IDs because his response was, "That's my birthday too." So we took out our IDs and literally our birthdays was on July 26th. So anyway, we talked the rest of the night. We went upstairs and we danced. And one thing that really caught my attention is that when we were dancing, he held my purse. When he did that, I said, "He's a keeper." I said, "This is the type of man that I would like to date or to marry." Like literally, I said that to myself. So anyway, he walked me back to my condo, him and his friend. And for the rest of the time he was there, we spent time together. So literally, he was only there 4 days. Okay, so I met him my 4th week and his 2nd day. He was there to sleep with the chicas. He was grieving. He had recently lost his wife 4 months prior. I asked him, did he get any? He said, no. He said, not even from you. And he didn't. So anyway, so long story short, we spent the rest of that time. We dated. He stood me up on the first date. And I was like, that's why I can't stand these niggas, right? But he was like, well, meet me after or meet me later. And I did for whatever reason, because like I'm like, you stood me up. Why should I be meeting you? But I did. Anyway, we're married now, and we have, I think it's 8.5 years together. Very, very happily married. I have a very soft life. He's a great person. Great, very kind, very loving, very successful. And he literally affords me to live a soft life. Now, what I have to also say is this is my second phase of having a soft life, because previously I was able to be home and raise my kids and homeschool and do all the mommy things, take them to different activities. I kept them really busy and I was always there. And I'm grateful that I've had both opportunities, though this opportunity allows me to build businesses and to like really travel, even though I did those things previously as well. But my focus was more my family and my kids. Now it's just me and my husband, and I can focus a little more on those things because the kids are adults with their own families now. But it's been literally a beautiful journey. I'm really, really happy, and I do believe that women and men can have the happiness that I currently have. You know, but in their own right. What I would like to say to you is no relationship is the same, right? So there's no one way of doing a relationship. It's just according to your values, where you get to decide who is best for you. And one thing that I want to say to women especially is that it's okay for you to date multiple people at one time, because dating is literally collecting data. It does not mean that you're sleeping with these people. It just means that you're going out on dates, right? You're interviewing, just like you're being interviewed, you're interviewing as well, and that's okay. So date, but just be open and honest regarding your what you're doing and what your intentions are. Okay, some people don't want to get married, but this platform is for women who literally want to live a soft life and be a soft life wife. But I thank you so much for coming and listening to my story. I did it under 20 minutes, so I'm so excited about that. And make sure that that you're open, okay? Because literally, if I was not open, there's two things. My husband comes from a Muslim background, and the fact that he was there to sleep with the chicas, most women would have counted him out because he was there for that reason. But this is a judgment-free zone, and I'm a judgment-free person, and I listen with intentions and with understanding and compassion. So in your dating quest, make sure that you're not judging anyone, because you need to get to the root of why they do what they do, as opposed to judging them right off the bat, right? Now, if it's a red flag, I get it, right? But if it's because they're of a different culture or a different religious belief or whatever, don't count that person out, because it might be your person, okay? I'm telling you, I've been married 5 times, and I am the marriage code cracker. And the women that I have coached, especially in this soft life energy, they are successfully in relationships or married, okay? Literally. And I actually want to interview some of them, because when they came to me, they were hard. They were very hard. They were operating in their masculine. And a lot of times they were hurting. Okay. So I had to teach them and give them the tools of, one, how to be soft, and the reasons that it's okay to be soft and not so hard. Okay. So thank you. Make sure that you check out the links below, because I have my courses, and I definitely want you to be a part of my new community, which is about dating and relationships and being a soft life wife and just living your best life. Check out those links down there. So it's $9 a month, but $50 for the year. And baby, I'm gonna give you all of me plus some. Okay, so you're not only going to learn about dating and relationships and living a soft life, being a soft wife, you are going to business, everything that I know. So, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the channel, okay? When you like it and when you subscribe, that helps my algorithm, okay? So I appreciate you and thank you.